Hi everyone, this is J.Subha, Assistant Professor, Com- Department of Computer Science and Bharat University. And here I am going to teach you Database Management System for the topics Introduction to Database Management System. And so before going into know what is Database Management System, we'll know about what is data. So data means it is the information, some actual or a factual information that can be processed and stored in some manner. So we can say data means the processed information is called data. Okay, data is nothing but the processed information. And in case of database, the database is interrelated data that can be stored in some specific manner, and so that everyone can, that is the user can use or user can retrieve the data from the database for their purpose. So that is called database. And we know about definition of database management system. So the database management system is a um, is some set of procedure or some set of software. So this software provides as way to it provides a way to storing and retrieving data from the databases. Okay, in a convenient and efficient way, we can retrieve, update, and add data in a database. Okay, for that we'll be using some efficient algorithm. So that is the formal definition of the database management system. And the next we are going to say is application. So these are the applications we are going to, yes, so these are the application area we are going to use a database management system. So nowadays, every area, medical, universities, so in every application area you can take, the database management system plays major roles. So here for the enterprise information, that means if an enterprise means will be having some information. So we have to store some information for running the enterprise in a good manner. So for that we'll be having the record of finance as well as sales for the enterprise information. In the finance side, we'll be having the information like stock, hold, purchase, and those things will be there in the finance, sorry, sales. And for the finance, we'll be having account. So the account will be maintained for the faculties as well as for the product. So how many product has been purchased and how many has been sold out. So those things, how many stocks are there, those information can be related to the enterprise. So that will be stored and maintained in the enterprises. So in the enterprises, the DBMS can play a major role. And the banking and finance. So here the banking will be having the details of customer who are all having the account in the bank, and loan records, what are the loan they have taken, and that is the transaction records. The transaction records like credit card transaction, okay, debit card transaction, those also consider banking. So in the credit card, what product they have purchased, if they are using the credit card, what product they have purchased, on which date they have purchased that, and those things will be recorded in the banking. And for the finance, we have to calculate for the faculty members, or the how much account they are having. So those details you want to know, so that those information can be done in the finance. So in the finance department, if you want to record, or if you want to have a store all the faculty members, all the faculty members information, like how much salary they are getting, and what about the basic salary and PF. So those calculation, for that storing this, that is for accounting, that ATMs can be used in the finance department. And the universities. So in the universities means, and so universities will be having the medical college as well as engineering, arts and science. So those will be different colleges will be having in the university. So the university will maintain all the colleges records, So in that every faculty's members because they should have and a lot of students because they should have store and maintain. So for that they will go for the database management system. So they can store the more number of data, right? And add links. So the flight schedule time and the ticket we are getting the fare now. So we are getting the seat allotment like that. So that can be done in the airlines. So those information can be collected and that will be updated. If any changes in the flight timing, it will be updated and that will be so every user can get the updation. And telecommunication. In the telecommunication department, if you see all the call records will be recorded. All the calls which you made that will be recorded, and you'll be having the postpaid and prepaid and billing section. So this information can be done in the telecommunication department. And also one of the main information is what the network they are having, so what the network they are using, as well as to what if you are making a call to the another network also, this is also going to be recorded. So these are the DBMS can be mainly used to analyze and for the accounting for calculation it will be used. So many of the things the database management system mainly used, and we'll see some goals of the database management system. Those are they can add, delete, and retrieve data, update. So those things that they can be easily done in the database management system. And when you want to take or retrieve some particular information from the database management system, it can be possible here. And if you want to do some mathematical calculation like addition, subtraction for the finance department, it will be very useful. So if you want to do the calculation for one particular number, it's fine. But if you are going for all the faculties member or all the students finance, if you want to calculate, it will be very easy in case of database management system. Okay, and here you will also have one of the goals. You'll be having the parallel that is concurrent processes are one of the best goal of the database management system. So concurrent process means you can get the updation, right? So you can get the updation as well as the parallelly the many user can use or retrieve or update the database from from a database at a particular time. Okay, so these are the application and we'll be going for the goals. So goals of the database, that is the purpose of the database system. So before going to see the purpose of the database system, we'll see the file format. So in the olden days, what we have used in the olden days means now also we are using, but after database management is has come, so we are using that is we are using file system in a less that is very less. So for example, so before that I will explain you what is file processing system. In the file processing system, if you want to store any record, any student's records, I'll be having each and every file for every student. Okay. So when I want to store any student's information, so I can store in particular format and some other can store the same information in a particular format. So that the retrieval of data. So when I want to know about some particular student's details, it is very difficult. So that we are going for the database management system. Okay. So in case of file system, the directories will be there. So we want to go to each and every directories and search for all the files. That is the details which you want. Okay. So that will be the main disadvantage in the file processing system, so that we are going for the database management system. So in that we'll be having data redundancy and inconsistency. So in this, the data redundancy is nothing but the repeated copy of the data. So the repeated copy of the data is the redundancy. Okay, that is the data redundancy. So in the file processing, when you want to store the same data that is repeatedly means it will the time as well as the cost cost and maintaining those files will be very difficult in case of data redundancy in the file processing. But in case of DBMS system, it is used to minimize the data. So minimizing the data redundancy, like so no need of having the same copy of data for several times. So that is called data redundancy and inconsistency. So data redundancy, for example, I'm telling you, when the banking have a customer details, so when the customer have a loan means, so the bank will maintain the customer account details as well as the loan record. So in the both the things, the same particular customer will be having that is his details will be recorded. So what is the detail is address and phone number. So when you want to see the address of the particular customer, you will be having in the both records you will be having the address of the uh, mm, particular customer. That is called data redundancy. Okay, but in case of DBMS, it is enough to have a one address as well as one that is because we are storing the data for one particular customer, right? So the relation among the data will be enough for so that the data redundancy will be minimized. So we no need to keep another copy of the address of the particular customer. And data inconsistency. So this inconsistency is nothing but the updation. For example, the same information. Okay, so we should not have a same copy of that is same copy of data, but different information will be sorry various copy of data, but different information will be having for some particular data. For example, that particular customer have changed their address in a particular thing that is in his account details, but he didn't change. That change will not reflect in the loan record, right? So this is called data inconsistency. So here the various copy of the same data but the different information the data different various information for a different same data will be stored. That is called inconsistency. In the difficulty in accessing data means, so in the file format we'll be having lot format will be stored in a file system. So when we are going for the accessing some data, it is very difficult in accessing the data. Okay, so that is very easy in case of DBMS. So in the DBMS, if you want to access retrieve your data in a specific manner. For example, if the bank manager wants to know the customer details who are living in the Tamara, then what they will do is they will be they will be they can give the conditions like the people who are living the customer who are living in the Tamara, we can get the list easily by using this database management system. But in case of file system, it's not possible. So we can or we can retrieve the data in a specific manner. So that is the difficulty in accessing data. And data isolation, it is nothing but we are isolating the data. So when we have thousands of records in the database, so we can get a particular student's record from the thousand data. So that is called data isolation. And we'll be having the integrity problem in the database management system. So in the integrity problem, we'll be giving the some conditions for database. So when we want to add more conditions, okay, when we want to more add conditions for the database, then it will lead to a lot of confusion. But in case of that is in the case of file system. But when we are going for the DBMS, it is very easy. The integrity problem will be solved. So for example, when the conditions means the manager wants to give the condition that for a particular bank, we should maintain the minimum balance of 2000 rupees means we have to maintain that. So if not, we are adding more condition that if they are not maintaining the 2000 rupees, when they have another credit transaction, then they 500 will be deducted or 500 will be fined for the particular customer who are not maintain the minimum, that is the first condition of maintaining the balance of 2000 rupees. So the next condition also can be added into that. And the atomicity problem. So here the atomicity problem will be there in the file system. When we are going for the format or like the things, the automatically the file will not be stored, so we'll be lost in our file. But in case of TPMS, the atomicity problem will not be there. Atomicity problem will not be there. With, when we format our system, it is automatically stored. That is, this will be automatically stored. The data will be automatically stored when we are using the database management system. And concurrent access anomalies, here the updation will be done concurrently. So when one or more users can use the database. So then what happens from a particular, for example, I'm telling you from a particular account, two users are withdrawing amount from the particular account. What happens means, so when a user A wants to take or wants to withdraw 50 rupees from the account means, so the updation what he has got is 450 rupees. That is, the balance is 450 rupees. But in case of user B wants to access, that is wants to withdraw 100 rupees from the 100 rupees from the account means, then what happens? So he will be showing the amount is 400. But these both happened at the same time. So the updation what they have done in the file processing system is very wrong, because for the user A the updation is 50, the updation is 450 rupees, that is the balance, and for user B the updation balance is 400. So both are wrong. So in case of PBMS system, the parallelly or concurrently, the update can be done very fast manner. So that when the both user are withdrawing some amount from the account, that updation will be done done at, at a particular time itself. So that at a first the updation will be done. So they will be having the balance of 350 rupees, and that will be shown to the user. That is, the updation will be done concurrently. And the next one is security problems. So in the security problems in the file system, so anybody can um, uh, that is hack the file. But in case of DPMS system, we can set the using some security software. We can set security for the particular data. For example, in the bank in the banking, so everybody cannot have the access. So all the faculty members cannot access the account details of the every customer. So that is the security that can be given by the database management system. And next we'll go for the three level of database. So in this physical level, logical level, and wave level, these are the three levels of data. So I will explain this with this picture. So here you can see the database. So the database contains the data stored. Okay, the database will be here. We can store all the data. And in the physical level, for our for the particular application, what are the data we need? Okay, then data will be stored in the some structure. So we can use tag queues. We'll be having more structures, data structures. So using that, we can store the database. That is database. Yeah. So here, how the data are going to be stored. That can be described in the physical level and the conceptual level as well as logical level. In the conceptual level, we'll be storing how the data are going to be stored and what relationship among those data. So these things will be the, and what is the type of the data? That is, the data can be defined in the logical level. Okay, so what data and what the data type is. So data can be defined in this logical level. And what are the relationship among those data? So those information also can be done in the logical level. So in the internal schema, that is the internal level, we can say, or physical level. So in the physical level, what is meant by abstraction? Data abstraction is a shortage of data, that is short form of data. Okay, and here that means the data which you need, okay, which the user want, that alone he can view. That is called data abstraction. In the physical level, we will be having entire that is entire database, and in case of logical level, it describes it describes that how the data are being stored and what are the relationships that data have. So those information can be there in the logical level. So and we can also say that in the physical level, that is the lowest level of abstraction. Data abstraction is there, and in case of logical level, Little higher data abstraction will be there in the logical level. And in case of wave level, so wave level is the user level. So in the user level, what are the details, particular details they want, they can view that only. Okay, so you can have a several view on a database. So in the logical level, we'll be having the entire database. From that, what the particular or what the related information the user need, that alone can be shown to them, or view they can view that only. So that is called view level. So in the view level, uh, only the particular information that can be seen by the user. So that's why it's called the in the view level, the data will be having the highest level of abstraction. Okay, and the next is, yeah, so instance and schema. So in the instance and schema, you'll be having data stored at a particular moment. So what is meant by instances? The data can be stored at a particular moment. So in the database, you can, in many users are using the database, so everyone can store and delete the record from the record, or update, they will do some updation. So everybody using at every time. So in a minute itself, more user can use the database, particular database. So what's the data stored at a particular moment? So if you take at a particular instant, at a particular time, how much data has been stored? Okay, so that is called instances. And schemas means it is the overall design of a database. So overall a design of database in the sense, if you want to know about the student information, student ID, student name, and department. So like that, if you are having names, so this is the design. So this is the design of a database. When a student want, when you want to record a, when you want to maintain a student's detail, you'll be having, so he's the student and he will be having these fields. So like this, these information the student must have student ID, name, as well as the department. So that is the overall design of the database we'll be having, and in that will be that is uh, based on the level or data view. So we have seen no physical level, logical level, and the view level. So based on that, the schema will be uh, we can uh, we can differentiate the schemas like the physical schema, logical schema like. So in this schema, in the physical level, the overall design, that is the database design, overall design of the database at this physical level is called physical schema. So that overall design of the database at the logical level is called the logical schema. So in the view level also you'll be having several sub schemas. So at the level, it will be you can uh, you can have the design of the databases. So that's all about uh, the so these are the introduction about the database management system.